What is up, everybody? Alex106 here. Today we're going to talk about some products that I have found useful for my hybrid live sets. They allow me to close the laptop while I'm performing. That might not seem like that big of a deal, but for me, the laptop can be super distracting. And if I'm distracted, then the audience is distracted. In the past, I've put the laptop on the floor. I've tried to hide it away, and whenever I do that, like whenever I put it on the floor, I'm really nervous that the connections are just going to come out, especially with these USB-C connections. I want to be able to see them, keep them nice and tight. And then two, if it's on the floor, I think I'm going to step on it, or I think something's going to fall on it. I'm just worried that something's going to happen to my laptop. So having it on the table is great, but I like to tuck it away so I don't have to look at it. So the first thing I'm going to show is just this HDMI dummy plug. This is like $3 or $4 on Amazon. All you got to do with this thing is plug it in. And, you know, this is a tutorial for the new MacBooks. The MacBook Pro, this is a 23 M2. One of the cool features about these guys is that if you have a display plugged in, you can close the laptop and still keep working on it. So right now, for example, here's my audio. Just gonna go ahead, close the laptop. I'm even gonna prop my controller up on top of the laptop so I can use it kind of like a stand. And now you can hear we've still got full control with the MIDI controller over everything going on in the computer. So over here, this is where all of my audio is happening, and then I'm just using Bitwig on my computer for the live mixer as well as the effects, right? And so I don't need to be staring at the laptop for this. There's nothing I even need to look at. I do have one clip running, but I just have a mute button here for it. So it's this ride symbol. Bring that in, we're all good to go. I can switch it up. I can move around on my Eurorack system, and I can be really immersed in my performance, right? So that's super great for you know, people that are using it in this way, using DAW in this way, just using it as a mixer, or people that are using something like the Launchpad Pro Mark III, any Launchpad, for example, APC40, something that you can see the clips that you're launching if you're using clips. Like, if you're using clips, use something like that. Then you still don't need to look at the screen at all, and the screen can be distracting. So this is great for people like that. Again, $3 or $4 on Amazon, and I think you get 2 of them, which is crazy. So you have a backup, which is nice. The next thing I'm going to talk about is this other crazy thing I found on Amazon, which is a 5-inch HDMI screen. So I'm just going to plug this guy in. First, we're going to plug it into power. It does need USB power. So mine is plugged into my laptop. You can plug it into a power supply or anything like that. And then we're just going to plug it into HDMI. So now you can see that I've got the laptop screen mirrored on this HDMI screen. So again, because it's plugged into power and it's plugged into the HDMI, I can close the laptop, kind of hide it away, and then I do have this screen for reference. So this is what I like to use when I'm doing stuff with clips, because I don't use a Launchpad. What I like to do is use these 2 buttons to scroll around the red box, and then I have this one mapped to be scene play. And so for me, I don't really need access to the individual clips. I just have different scenes set up. So with this screen, I can easily see what scene I'm on, what scene I'm going to trigger next. And, you know, I can take a quick look at it, and then I can just ignore it because it's so small that I still just want to get into the vibe playing music. I don't really have to look at it. One cool thing about this, it's completely metal enclosure, and then it does have a screw hole on the back, which is the same size as a tripod screw connection. So you could, if you wanted to, put like the tripod screw in a Eurorack panel and just mount this into your Eurorack if you wanted. You'd want to put it on the side so you could have these cables come out. But you know, I'm going to use the space. For me, it fits on my DI box that I always use when I'm in the studio super well. And people have asked about the DI. The DI is, there's no reason I'm using it in audio, like to make the audio sound any better. You know, this has balanced outputs. I could just, in theory, go directly to the interface. I like to use this because it's heavy and it stays on my table when I'm gone. So when I take everything, my cables and everything just stay in the same spot. It's just a lazy move for me. So like I said, this screen is 60 bucks on Amazon. This thing is $3 or $4. They're both just worth having in your backpack. If you are interested in purchasing either of those, I do have an affiliate link in the description, so please click on that. Whether you purchase these or not, it just helps out the channel. So that's it. That's the video. As always, please like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.